Welcome back, everybody. You won't believe what happened. She uploaded a part 2 of The Netherlands is the worst country in Europe. Part 2 is here. And part 1 was one of the most funny videos I have ever seen on YouTube. So I can't wait to watch part 2. Let's hope it's funny as well. Let's go.
Hello, fellow travelers.
Oh, yeah.
What we are fighting is institutional racism.
By one of my subscribers. Who?
Hello, guys. I lived in the Netherlands for a few months, and I was shocked at how a developed country not only violates human rights, but also promotes itself as being a European utopia.
Utopia.
Today, I'm going to tell you a few facts about the
Is that a fish
Netherlands
market?
so you will not waste your money and your mental sanity in this country.
Okay, I will not.
Why is the Netherlands
Ooh,
so
she's eating
bad?
that.
Number 1. Police brutality. When you talk about police brutality,
Really?
most people think of the USA, especially with the death of George Floyd and many
Yeah,
other
that's what I think
African
of.
Americans. But in the Netherlands, police brutality is alive, and it's a well-kept secret within the Dutch society.
If it's a secret, it's a very good secret because I have never heard about it.
What we are fighting is institutional racism, approved by the government, approved by the police, approved by professionals, approved by schools. Everywhere, this is so much embedded in the whole society that it makes it very difficult to bring changes to it. And everyone is using their power to suppress us.
Extending
Really?
from Dutch police officers sexually abusing underage, undocumented immigrants to mentally ill homeless people being beaten on the streets for loitering. Such reckless and lawless attitudes, in combination with common and politically sanctioned practices of ethnic profiling, seems to have led to the death of the unarmed Mitch Henriquez, who was thrown to the floor before being strangled to death.
What? I need to double check that. Mitch Henriquez. At least there's names. The killing of Mitch Henriquez was killed by Dutch police at a music festival in The Hague on 27th of June 2015. Okay.
There has been little response from the ruling political parties to the tragedy.
Wait,
Instead-
but what did he do? Did he do anything? He was restrained by 5 police officers and was choked to death. The official narrative that Henriquez had died at the hospital was immediately disputed by bystanders who had filmed the incident. The killing led to 4 days of rioting in The Hague and a ban on public assembly. Oh wow, this is a thing, huh? Aruban man. Mitch Henriquez was on holiday in the Netherlands in the summer. On 27th June, he went to the night at the Park Music Festival, which has headlined blah blah blah. He died after being arrested. Why was he arrested? He told the officers he had a weapon, then pointed at his crotch. Officers went to arrest him for suspicion of being armed. What?
Instead, the mayor of the city stated repeatedly that racism exists neither among local nor national police. Politicians on the national level were instead quick to focus their attention on the riots and protests that followed after the death of Henriquez. A national news website counted a daily average of 35 reported instances of police violence.
35 per day.
Information on police brutality is
that
widely
true?
said to be opaque, which suggests that
But I must say, we're 2 minutes 30 in, and it's not funny yet. So I'm a bit disappointed. It's a serious issue, but the other video was funny. This is very serious.
the actual number of such cases could be much higher. Other sources show that information requests are often denied, while investigations are no longer independently conducted. A Vice commentary notes that only 0.7% of the annual 15,000 reported cases of police violence get transferred for official
How they all run.
investigation. Empirical research conducted by the National Ombudsman shows that official investigations into police violence are often ignored as a result of a lack of institutional self-reflection. The first reaction of police leadership to situations of police violence is often one that attempts to protect the officers involved. The same report notes that there is often a feeling of ambiguity among the police over the legitimacy of the
Is
police
that-
violence.
The
When the
protests?
researcher confronted an officer by saying that the police should not hit people in their faces, the officer responded, "But when confronted with football violence, I'll hit them anywhere I can." Number 2, the education system. In the Netherlands, everyone goes from primary school to secondary school at the age of 12 and 13, while many studies say that children often show their best sides after about 15 years old. So many children go on to a much too low school here, while they are much smarter.
What? I don't understand.
Number 3, the Dutch Armed Forces. For a long time,
have an army?
the Dutch government
I
has
didn't know.
cut back a lot on the defense budget. They have sold all of their tanks to Germany and Finland. And now
Really?
they borrow those same tanks from Germany and they have a tank battalion with them.
What?
They don't even
borrowed
own their own tanks anymore. For a
That's
time,
crazy.
they even ran out of bullets. Fortunately, this problem has been solved, but it is still a black page in the history of the country.
But why would you care about the military borrowing tanks if you live in the Netherlands? They have basically no threat. You know, they're in the middle of Europe, surrounded by peaceful countries. They're in the European Union. Why would you need tanks? If
Number
you're in
4,
Poland and you have Russia next
housing
to you,
shortage.
then you need tanks.
In the Netherlands, there is a shortage of new homes. The house prices there are extremely high, and not only in Amsterdam, but
Yeah, it's very
everywhere.
high. It's ridiculously
A
high there.
home is almost unaffordable, and it is impossible to buy a house without taking out a cash loan from a Dutch bank.
But that's like that everywhere nowadays. In Germany, nobody can afford a home. You need to work 2 lifetimes to buy an average flat.
Even rental properties are unaffordable. The only chance you might have is to end up in a depressing old flat.
Depressing old flat.
Number 5,
It's the first
aging.
funny thing he said.
especially in the small villages, you can see a lot of elderly people, but not many younger people around,
So does he hate old people? Is that what he's trying to
which
say?
makes all these places very boring. Number
Yeah,
6,
it's so boring. Old people are
colors.
boring.
Many
Colors?
people often dress in very colorless attire there.
Colorless?
You see very little happy,
But they have
cheerful wild
tulips.
colors there.
What are you talking
Especially
about?
in winter, people dress very depressingly.
Of course, winter is depressing. You can't dress fancy, colorful in winter. It just doesn't fit the tone.
The
Same in
furnishings
Germany,
of many
guys.
houses are also colorless. Many people mainly use only white in their houses. Number 7, the weather. In the Netherlands, there's
Oh yeah,
not
the weather
much
is pretty
sunlight,
shit,
especially in
must
the
admit.
winter. Some people also get winter depression due to a vitamin D deficiency.
Yep.
Many
that's the thing.
days the wind blows very hard and it is too cold to even go to your local park.
It's too cold to go to your local park. Of course, it's winter. It's too cold to hang out in the park. What the fuck is that? Now it's getting funny, guys. I like it more. The beginning was very sad.
Also, it is
I'm
often
serious.
very cloudy there. In the summers,
Also, it's very cloudy there.
it is
nice.
not hot but more humid. Many houses there do not have air conditioners.
How? Why would we need air conditioners? It's fucking cold.
Number 8, the dike. The Netherlands is under sea level. There have
It
been
is.
many floods in the past. As a result, they also have a dike called the Afsluitdijk,
What? Absolute dick?
which was
Dick? What?
built on September 25th, 1933, and
Absolute
connects
dick.
the provinces of North Holland and Friesland. Number 9, natural areas.
What was negative about this? I don't understand. It's a great thing. They claimed land from
Air
the sea.
conditioners.
Let's
Number
watch that
8,
again.
the dike. The Netherlands is under sea level. There
So?
have been many floods in the past.
Well,
As a
many
result,
places have
they
it.
also have a dike called the Afsluitdijk, which was built on September 25th, 1933, and connects the provinces of North Holland and Friesland.
Okay.
Number 9,
That was number 8. That's a great thing about Holland. What are you talking about? That's nothing to mention in the worst country in the world. What?
natural areas.
So confusing.
The Netherlands has very little interesting nature. They do have some
It's
nature
true, though.
reserves, but these are very
just
small.
flat.
They also have
Just
a
flat.
national nature park named Oosterwaarderplassen.
Oostvaardersplassen.
Many animals
Did I
die
nail
there
that?
from a
Probably not.
shortage of food. Even so, feeding animals there is prohibited.
What?
In normal
Really?
nature, animals would move away when winter comes. But this nature area is cordoned off with fences.
They would not move away. They live in winter. Those are deer. They don't go away.
So there is no natural process. The landscape there is also flat, which is very boring. Only Limburg, a southern province
It's true
of the
though. It's flat and boring, but it's fun.
Netherlands, has more of a hilly area.
That's a hill. That's no hill.
Number 10, stores. Many shops in the Netherlands close very early. Shops that are open 24 hours are very rare there. Number
Yeah, who needs 24-hour stores? Are people going to shop at 2 a.m.? And where in the world are stores open 24 hours? I don't know a single place. What?
11, firework laws. Many fireworks that are legal in most European Union countries and the USA are prohibited in the Netherlands. For
What?
example, fireworks, rockets, and blast fireworks are prohibited. The Dutch
Nah.
government has made these illegal because many people have used them as weapons against the police.
I don't believe that. At least in Germany, Dutch are known to make some of the craziest explosive fireworks out there. I've seen videos on YouTube called like Dutch explosives or fireworks going off, and it's like 10 times stronger than what is allowed in Germany. So I don't know what he's talking about.
They seem to have forgotten that there are enough people who would use them properly and enjoy them. Number 12,
Maybe I'm wrong
freedom
there,
of
but
speech.
feel free to correct
In
me.
the Netherlands, it is forbidden to insult the Dutch royal family. You are also not allowed to insult police officers. They can arrest you and even fine you if you do.
That's the same in most countries, that you're not allowed to be an asshole to the police.
Nowhere in the law does it say what insulting words are. So, this stupid law works differently for each police officer purely by feeling. These laws take away people's freedoms because you can't give an opinion about everything.
I mean, you're taking away a bit of freedom if you're not allowed to call your police officer an asshole, but who cares? What?
Number 13.
You're even not allowed to call another person in Germany an asshole. He can sue you for that.
People.
It's not
The
just
Dutch
police.
people are very cold, closed, and not very open-minded. The Dutch
They're
do
very
not
cold,
want
yes.
to share their friends also.
But most
For example,
Nordic
when you bring
European
another friend
countries
with
are.
you to a birthday party in the Netherlands, people might raise an eyebrow. Those who have organized the person's birthday often even get angrier because they didn't expect to see that person.
It's the same in Germany. Don't bring people that are not invited. It's very rude. Yeah. Please ask before.
The saying, the more souls, the more joy, is not known in the Netherlands. The Netherlands is also known among expats as one of the most difficult countries in which to make friends.
Oh.
Many expats have a hard time making friends there because people there are often in tight crews and not very welcoming to new people. In countries such as Spain, Portugal, Italy, and many Latin American countries, the people there are much more hospitable, friendly, and nicer than in the Netherlands and most Scandinavian countries.
Yes. He got that right, or she, or it. People are much friendlier and open in Southern Europe because it's warmer there and people are feeling more happy. And we in the north, we are sad and cold. Just goes hand in hand.
Even in the USA, the people there are more friendly than in the Netherlands.
Friendly.
In my opinion, this
USA?
country is not worth your money. You can
No.
have much more fun in Spain for a third of the budget.
That's true. I wouldn't go on holiday to the Netherlands to save money. I would go there if I had a lot of money and want to get stoned on weed. That's the only reason I would go there. And watch some beautiful tulips. Well, anyway, Joseph Fall Vlogs. Thank you for making part 2. Part 1 was way funnier. This was a bit more serious. And this time, there were a few parts, but some parts were actually true and justifiably in the video. Some were really absurd. But yeah, thanks for making this anyway. I enjoyed this a bit to watch. But if you haven't watched the first part yet, you should do so immediately. You're gonna laugh your ass off. And with that said, please make part 3 and see you tomorrow.